Hi Meadow, you are looking at my finger knitting in progress. Now I've seen that a number of you are working on finger knitting too, and maybe you're like me. As mine has grown and grown, I've begun to wonder just how long it is. So I'm going to measure the length of my finger knitting and give you some tips about how to measure really anything that's in a line. Whether it's how wide something is, how far across it is, how tall something is, its height, or even how far back something goes, its depth. Now, here's the tool that I'm going to use to measure my finger knitting. Maybe you have something like it in your home. It is a tape measure. It's the one I use for sewing when I want to measure out cloth or a string. And it's inches on one side. That's the unit on this side. And the other side, the smaller, centimeters. So when I measure the length of something, the distance across something, how tall something is, I make sure to line up the end of my measurement tool with the end of my line and make sure it runs parallel right alongside what I'm measuring. All right, let's see where we end up here. Okay. Now I'm going to consider this point just before the knitting needle that's holding my knitting. That point right before it is going to be my end point. Let's see if I can tell where it is. Looks like it's right about here. Okay, so it's not 18 inches, but it doesn't make it up to 19 inches long. It's somewhere in the middle. How would I describe that? Well, let's take a look at this inch right here, between 18 and 19 inches. You see that whole inch? And then the longest mark between the 18 and 19 is right smack in the middle. And see what it does there? It cuts that inch into two equal pieces, halves. So if my finger knitting made it past the 18-inch mark and landed right there, I would call it 18.5 inches. And it's so close, I think I'm just going to round it to that. 18.5 inches. Here's how I would write that down. 18.5 inches. That's the abbreviation for inches. Now you are also going to be measuring things today in a scavenger hunt. I hope you enjoy. Bye.